Good morning, parents and children. Welcome to week 13 of our school readiness sessions. This is the second week of science. Our science sessions will focus a lot on space and space exploration and gravity and things that astronauts do. And so I'm glad you guys made it. Real quick, what we'll do is we'll do our good morning song. And instead of shaking our hands up or running them together like we usually do, today we're going to float them like things that are floating in space and astronauts and things of that nature. So get them out. We're going to float them around. And we're not going to float them around fast. We're going to float them around slowly. You don't move in space very fast unless you have a way to propel yourself. All right, we ready? Good morning, how are you? How are you? Very well, I thank you. Very well, I thank you. And you, and you. Buenos dias, buenos dias. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? Muy bien, gracias. Muy bien, gracias. Y ustedes, y ustedes. All right, guys. So right now is the time, if you haven't already, to take a moment out to work on your journal activity. And if you don't have your journal with you, our journal activity today is drawing a picture of an astronaut, right? Yeah, so what does an astronaut do? What do they look like? Take a moment, use your journal or a blank sheet of paper, and then draw yourself an astronaut. And for parents and children, you can talk about what an astronaut does. So if you're not sure what an astronaut does, first of all, let your child take a moment to take some guesses of what an astronaut does. And for those that don't know, astronauts do a lot of space exploration. They gather data for us, collect samples of asteroids and rock, fix satellites, and also do other things like conduct experiments and create medicine once they're free from the confines of Earth's gravity. So astronauts do a lot of different things. That's just a small snippet of what they do, but astronauts do a lot of things that help us here on the surface of planet Earth. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to read a story about rocks, right? We see rocks all the time. We see them inside, outside. But rocks have their own unique stories and properties, and we're going to read a story about that, and then we're going to talk about a special rock that I have here on the table. Our story today is called A Rock is Lively. Now, this is not a story that we passed out or a book that we passed out, so I'm going to read this with you guys. I'll take my time. We'll move through it really slow so you have a chance to look at all the pages, and we'll read it together, and then we'll talk about this week's activities. All right. So you got to remember, what part of the book is this? That's right, it's the front cover. Yeah. This is the front cover, and this is the spine. I heard someone say it's side. Yeah, we call it the side too, but we call it the spine. All right, and our front cover, spine, and this is the back cover. Yeah, you're right, back cover. Now we're going to reach inside. We're going to read these pages together. My parents, we're just reading the large print. So if you have a copy of this, you can follow along, but we're just reading the large print of A Rock is Lively. A rock is lively. Bubbling like a pot of soup deep beneath the earth's crust. Liquid, molten, boiling. So what is this we see down here? Yeah, lava, yeah. It's molten rock, magma, yeah. Yeah. Rocks do melt, but it has to be very, very, very hot for them to do that. A rock is mixed up. So some rocks get all jumbled up because they grind together and might create another rock. A rock is galactic. Outer space is a shower of rocky fireworks between meteoroids, comets, and asteroids. These are some of the rocks that astronauts study and collect samples of from space. A rock is old. Believe it or not, a rock you might find outside in your garden or just in the grass or in some dirt could be hundreds or thousands or millions of years old. A rock is huge. This is all one big rock. Or they're tiny. Look close. All those grains of sand are actually ground up rock. A rock is helpful. All these creatures you see use rocks in different ways, as tools or to help them eat. A rock is surprising. Wow, look at all that. Those colors. Those are the insides of some rocks. And all these colors we see are from liquids that got trapped inside of a rock. And over time, it turned into crystals. You might have rocks like this in your home or by your home. A rock is inventive. You have a mortar and pestle, you have a hammerhead, an axe head, arrow points, a knife. Rocks are used for lots of different things, even making a pencil or a vase. Rocks are very inventive. A rock is creative. Some of you have chalk. Well, chalk came from rocks. You might use it to draw pictures, like you see here. Or pencil it from graphite. A rock is recycled. That's right. So rocks have their own phases, just like water. Rocks have a cycle. Okay? But rocks don't hurry. Over thousands of millions of years, they change from one form to another. That's the rock cycle. And through erosion, they're squashed and scraped by glaciers, whirled by waves and rain, and pushed deep into the earth until they become magma. And then a rock is once again lively. Yeah. Rocks are pretty cool. In fact, I have a very, very special cool rock that was given to us by some astronauts, right? This, inside, we'll get real close. That is a piece from a meteor that fell all the way to planet Earth. Yeah? Yeah, it's pretty shiny if you look in there, right? So all the metals and things that are parts of rocks all fused together, okay? Now, in your kit, you are going to get to make your own special meteor or a lively rock, okay? So in your Go Home kit, we're looking at week 13's bag, right? And that's the bag that has a rock and some crayons, okay? We talked about what to do with this last week, but again, what we're going to do is we're going to set this rock in your oven. So you're going to put your oven on at about 250 degrees, right? You want to make sure you put the rock on something that is oven safe, so a pan, and let it heat up for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, right? You know, take it out and be very careful because it's very hot, right? And you set your rock on some foil or a surface that won't be harmed by heat. And these crayons in here, we're gonna use them to color up this rock. We're gonna make this into our own special meteorite rock. Very colorful, like those surprising rocks in our story, right? The heat from the rock should melt the wax on the crayons, right? There's no wrong way or right way to do it. You can cover the whole surface. You might cover only half, but that is one of our activities today, right? So that's in your go home kit. And then another activity for this week, we'll do one of our astronaut exercises, right? Astronauts have to be physically fit to survive the rigors of space. So what we'll do, we will do, call them Saturn squats, right? We're gonna do 5 of them together, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Very easily, very simply. You just get up, all right? We're going to squat all the way down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. So that will be our astronaut exercise today. We're gonna do that 3 times if you can. You gotta really work your leg muscles, all right? Keep them nice and strong. Okay. Also in your bag, you will find a sheet for a rock scavenger hunt. Okay. So you picked up your go home kit. You'll find the sheet in there. If you don't have it, you can simply copy down the categories and words you see here and you can go on your own rock hunt. And also in the bag, you will find some foil, right? So you pick your bag up, you have some foil, but if not, you might have some at home, right? And we'll use this for 2 things. One, you can use it as the surface that won't be marred by heat for your meteor rock, right? So you can use that for that. Or you can tear it into chunks or strips and bits and pieces, right? Because in space, things weigh differently. Gravity is affecting things less. So something that is heavy here on the surface of the planet Earth will be very, very light or feel like it's light in space. So this here is shining just like that special meteor we have from NASA, right? This can be your own meteorite, but this here we can use to do a rock throw. So how far can you toss your, we'll call it a space rock, right? It feels very light, okay? Or is it heavy, right? And that is also in your flip bag. So those 3 activities, you have your special meteor rock that you'll make, okay? You have the rock hunt, okay? We have our rock throwing, okay? All right. We're gonna wrap up our day. We'll finish our day. We'll do our goodbye song together, all right? So you have plenty of time to do your astronaut exercise and create your own special meteor rock, right? I'll give you guys lots of time to do that. So everyone get your clapping hands out, and we're gonna float them again. Float them up. All right, are you ready? Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. We'll see you next week. All right, everyone. Goodbye. Thanks for joining us for week 13, and we shall see you next week. Stay safe.